You're listening to the Packernet Podcast Network.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com. You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Email us PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. Tim, that's weird with no intro, bro. That felt butt naked right there, man. How you doing this season?
That's how we want to do it, right? Run butt naked through the trailer park, like our receivers this year, right? Running through that coverage. So, No, it's cool. Right to the point, right? Bam. No
so what we're doing,
let's go.
What we're doing, guys, in case you're wondering, we're trying to get used to no intro because when we get back on YouTube, I'm going to try to strip stuff down to see if we can. All right, let's try to make it through an episode with no copyright. Now we know we're good, type thing. So, we're going to see if we can make that work. And if it becomes a hassle, then we'll just say the heck with it and go back to doing the things the way we were. I know this. Many people who listen to the podcast, they don't dig the intros. I kind of like them because it gives us kind of a minute to, all right, let's go. We're ready to kick off. And I try to do it in a way that includes the history of the team and highlights and things like that. But at the same time, it's definitely not a necessity. So with that being said, obviously, Tim, we're in here tonight to talk about the Steelers game. We'll break all that down. Before we do, now we can dread this breakdown here of the Packers-Steelers game. Honestly, man, it wasn't that bad. When I went back and watched it, the big thing was the turnovers, right? 2 interceptions. That's the big thing that hurt. And to me, that was the difference in the game. I'm not sure if we got one takeaway from the Steelers in this game, which we'll go through the box scores. Everything wraps up. Larry Cano in the chat says, "Good evening, everyone. It's not easy being an old man trying to learn these new tricks. But finally figured out this rumble thing. As the kids say in the streets, Larry, you're rumbling right now, bro. So you're doing it, man. You're doing it. Took me a minute, too, to get used to it. But we'll be back on YouTube here in a couple of days. But I would highly, highly recommend if you use this interface and go, hey, this ain't bad. I can get used to this. Let's lean on Rumble because, again, they do a little bit better job of not hiding what you're doing wrong. And they'll be great with communication saying, hey, you are or not allowed to do this. I don't want to start every show like this. But, Larry, it's good to see you in here, bub.
You found us.
That's just, you found us. That's all that matters. So we'll try to get that straightened out and everything with YouTube. And again, we'll be on Rumble, we'll be on YouTube, we'll be on X. Pretty soon we'll probably be on some other platforms as well, but we'll just kind of keep it to there at the moment. So without further ado, Tim, you ready to dive into some tape here, big dog?
I guess we have to watch this one. You look back at the schedule and it's like it almost – like when I thought of this game, when you said Pittsburgh, I'm like, oh yeah, we came back and won that one, didn't we? And it's like,
no, it felt like it. It kind of feels like you should have, right? So, yeah. But nonetheless, it's again, I mean, these are the growing pains that we talked about, right? These were the things that were going to happen during the season. I'll go full screen here to make it a little more tolerable. We knew there were going to be ups and downs. This was definitely one of those downs, and the big thing was, like I said, Jordan Love 2 interceptions, but we'll just go through it, do the highlight reel here. Again, you guys can go back on YouTube and watch the Chalk Talk segments from early in the season, really the week of the game. As soon as it was over, we did a Chalk Talk on this, the more important plays. But with this here is going to be the highlight reel like we've been doing in this series, which we're calling PTA Rewind. So let's get right into it. Here we go, 14:01 in the first quarter. Opening drive for the Steelers, 1st and 10 play. They're in a little bit of a nasty split here. Looks like they're in probably a 12 look, 12 with twins left there. Let's roll the tape.
Valentine and Valentine, a play-by-play man's dream starting at corners.
Oh.
It's Hayward. First down.
Now, was that on Preston Smith? Did he not get out to the flat enough?
Let's take a look at it. Let's see if we can decipher that real quick and figure it out.
Or was he just a little late? Maybe he was just a half a step behind. But it's like I feel like I don't know, that ball had almost pick 6 written on it.
Yeah, let's see. Let's watch it here. So ball snap. Yeah, to me it looks like he's supposed to be the flat defender there. He could have been in a hook and they just left the flat open on the short side. That's definitely could have been the case. But if I had to guess, I would imagine seeing that Rudy kind of rotated down into the box here, and you still got McDuffie sitting in a hook zone. This was probably curl to flat, and obviously him being an edge defender. These are the things you're not going to see much of this year. And the reason being is because if you look at the front, we are in that 34 jam front. You got 3 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers. So on occasion, what you'll have happen is you'll only bring 4, right? And then you'll have one of these outside linebackers, which essentially is a defensive end / edge rusher. They'll have to drop into coverage to try to cover. Okay. Right. It could have been Gary on this side too, right? At any given moment. So with the 4-3, what will happen is McDuffie, in this case, the position he's playing. Oh, there I see Devondre now. He must have been firing on the blitz. This will kind of shift over. So this backer will probably be here. So you'll have 3 backers, right? And then these guys will kind of shade over just a touch and make it that 4-3 look. When you're in a base, and I imagine they would have been in a base, seeing that this is 12 personnel, you can see they've got 2 tight ends to the right side. So, yeah, if it was my guess, Tim, I would think he was probably playing curl to flat and just kind of got lost out there being a big edge defender, you know?
Yeah. I mean, really, he's got multiple responsibilities on that assignment. So I get it. Because he can't, you don't want to see him jump the flat and then give up something over the top either. You know, we could be complaining about the other ways. So just one of those plays.
And that's what we do, man. It's one of those deals. I remember early in my fandom, it was run the ball. And then they get stuck and going, why are we running the ball? What are we doing? It's funny how that works. So, all right. So, yeah, we'll roll it one more time. And again, nice little play here by the Steelers, hammering the flat. And then obviously getting in space, getting the first down.
And Valentine, a play-by-play man's dream, starting at corners. On time. It's first down. Warren was very effective against Tennessee. 11 carries, 88 yards. Harris takes
pounding the rock
up the middle.
Wow. All right, here we are, 1st and 10. They went right down the field. They are at our 28-yard line here. 1st and 10, 12:04 left in the first quarter for those of you on the pod.
Yard penalty. They spot the football at the 28 of Green Bay. It's Warren. Spin move by Warren.
When you look at this run fit here, too, this is what we're talking about. And specifically, I remember Matt LaFleur saying, look, they said, you know, you playing that shell coverage, is that hurting you in the run defense? And Matt LaFleur kind of snapped, and I'm paraphrasing there, but he kind of snapped back in the media member and said they played shell coverage all day and they got to their gap assignment just fine. So, you know, when you roll this tape again here, and let's go ahead and turn the volume down. Let's see what happens here. It just seems like everybody's a little like look at, I want you to really key in on Devondre Campbell. I don't mean to pick on him because he's not here anymore. It just seems like every week there's something to pick on. Watch him. First of all, watch McDuffie. McDuffie takes that start, stop, shoot approach that we talked about Edgerrin Cooper did at Texas A&M. But watch the difference between how McDuffie attacks and how Devondre Campbell attacks. Look at Duff. He's in there, right?
Yep.
Now, I understand. I know it wouldn't be the right assignment here for Devondre to just try to shoot a gap in here. But still, to say he's kind of patty caking. You got to get over here so McDuffie can shoot and you cover that gap assignment. And see how he's just kind of, there was no chance of him cutting that thing back. So, kind of a tough look on Devondre Campbell. When you're, I think he would have been playing Mike right there. When you're playing, or actually, playing Mike in a nickel 2-4-5. When you're playing Mike, man, you got to be that gap destroyer. You can't be on your heels. You just can't. So, all right.
Well, have fun, San Francisco.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Here's the thing, too. If anybody can rejuvenate him, it's probably San Francisco because you got what's his name? Rollins, the former Green Bay Packer linebacker. That's the linebacker coach out there that we talked about. Which I can't remember the first name, but obviously he was a good linebacker for the Packers for years. And Hollins, that's what it was. I think it was Hollins.
Oh yeah, Hollins, yes.
And also he's got Fred Warner, the best linebacker in football, playing beside him. What I could see happening, if Devondre Campbell takes that same attitude out there and it's everybody else's fault, watch how quick Fred Warner smacks him across the face. He ain't going to put up with it. You had a young Quay Walker putting up with it last year. So, Jacob in the house. He said, "What's up, Possum's listening at work. You better not get fired, Jake. You better get back to work, buddy."
Jacob's the man, dude. He's covert. Cue the conspiracy theme right now. It's awesome.
All right, so obviously they're down here now to roughly the 10-yard line, 2nd and 4.
8th play of the drive. Motion man is Robinson. Running play for Harris.
And you see TJ Slayton's upset about something. Let's roll it back and see what happened here. So we are in another nickel 2-4-5, it appears. Let's go ahead and crank this down. And it's important to understand what's happening here. So you got Kenny Clark playing somewhat of a 2-eye, and you've got TJ Slayton playing what appears to be a 2-eye as well. So they're pretty solid in there, right? You got Van Ness on the edge. You got Gary on the edge. Look at how many guys are hovering around the box, man. You got 1, 2, 3 roughly that you would kind of consider. Now, obviously, you got your nickel that can be in the run fit here. And let's see what happens if we play it in slow motion. What did TJ Slayton get upset about? So he shoots the inside gap, holding the point of attack.
He's being held, maybe?
Could have been, yeah. Looks like that guy. You can see the arm right there. They got him hooked right here.
They might have hooked him as soon as he got in there on that first move. They probably just never let him go.
Definitely. And McDuffie attacks here. You can see him attack the run, right? He's kind of attacking that B gap, point of attack. Again, watch Devondre Campbell, man. Watch Campbell right here. This is tough. Watch how McDuffie attacks, right? Bang. Now look at Campbell just kind of,
it's like he was looking to get blocked. Like, what do you?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Again, last year was a bad year for Devondre Campbell, no doubt. And if he's the leader in that linebacker room, that's going to trickle down. So, I'm excited to see what Quay does as kind of the leader in that linebacker room this year, and a new Edgerrin Cooper coming in.
Great point, man. It's a new regime, right? It's Quay's locker room, man, as far as the linebackers are concerned.
Absolutely. So here they're at the 4-yard line, little 12 personnel, and you see this box is absolutely loaded. Look at this look right here. Let's see what happens. Let's play it in slow motion. Little gun 12 look. Tim, that's rough, bro. Look at that gap right there. He walks in. So let's see what happens. How is there that big of a gap on that side? Kenny splits. You see he splits. He's into the backfield.
Look at Dre again. What's Dre doing?
Dre going to the wrong gap. Like,
he should have just stayed home. If he would have just literally stood still, he would have had a chance to make a play on this.
Absolutely. Chris Nichols hit the nail on the head. He said Campbell playing like he didn't want to be there. That's a fact, man.
He almost looks like a guy just going through the motions a little.
Yeah, because again, even if that's his gap responsibility, you got to know right here, okay, get back. What are we doing? You know?
Is that Ja there on the inside? Who's that on the inside?
Jonathan Owens.
Oh, that was J.O. So J.O. kind of indecisive too. He could have shot in there. Right there, he could have shot inside.
Yeah.
And he bounced outside. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not just Campbell.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Well, 2 guys that aren't here anymore, right, Clayton?
That's exactly right.
Goody. Patty soda for Goody.
Absolutely. All right, Packers' first possession. They are at their own 31-yard line, 9:55 in the first quarter, down 7-0. That's a tough start. We are in a 12 nasty look, strong left T-same. Out of the gun.
Sacrifice that for what they've been getting these last 2 games. First play from scrimmage for Green Bay. It's Love through the air. The hands of Watson.
Nice catch by Watson there. Ball off the mark.
Another good catch by Scoot.
That's how dormant the offense has been in the first half. This is a 3rd and 3, trying to keep the drive alive. Tight window and Love making
another nice grab.
Freaking laser.
Yeah. Watson laying out there making another grab.
With Watson for a first down.
Over the middle. You know, for a guy that they keep calling glass, he sure goes over the middle a lot.
Right. No doubt. So here you are again in another 12 look, strong left. You're in ace now. Ace simply means single back. It's 1 syllable as opposed to 2. Single back 3. Sorry. Ace 1, right? So ace is a single back set. So we would call this 12 ace because you got 1 running back, 2 tight ends, right? 12 ace, and they're a nasty split, just a normal nasty. And it looks to me like the Z, which is Watson, is actually going to motion over probably to the wing here a little cheap. Actually, that wasn't Watson, that was Tay Wicks, but you get the drift. So they moved into a 12 ace, twins set. So it's strong left, twins right.
Second down and
Play fake.
deep drop.
Good
Love
play fake too.
steps up.
Yeah, man.
Love delivers.
Man,
At the 25.
Love it.
rolling
Jay
out
Wicks.
grab is Dontavian Wicks. That's another rookie out of
Great
Virginia.
job by Jordan on that. That play action fake was everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he sold that for sure.
And the thing about Tay Wicks too, man, against zone, that dude just knows where to sit down, man. Knows where to sit down. So here you're showing kind of a 12. They seen something in Pittsburgh's defense. They wanted to keep them in base all day. You see their base 34 jam, right?
Yep.
And obviously we're in a 12 personnel. There's Musgrave. We had Kraft flexed out wide, so it looks like you're going to do a little cheat motion here, try to get him inside. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up trying to be a lead blocker or working out into the route somehow.
Should we roll the counter on how many times TJ Watt ends up in coverage?
Let's don't, please, Tim. I don't want to fight that battle again. I'm telling you, man. That was so tough last year. I literally went through and found 6 or 7 teams where their edge defender on 34 base was dropping into coverage, and everybody was like, "It's not the same thing." Okay, got you, bro. It's totally different.
Without Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yep. So there's that little cheat motion in place. Now you see Musgrave coming across.
Missing one of the best playmakers in the NFL. Handoff from
Nice
AJ
run by
Dillon.
AJ.
Yeah.
Dillon
Thank God that wasn't a play action because
would've been
TJ
over.
had him beat on that one. He ate Zach Tom's lunch on that rep right there.
But it's funny you bring it up, Tim, because the fact that you ran those play actions early, sometimes you can run the pass to set up the run.
That's
know?
right. That's
So
true.
that's kind of run the pass to set up the run. You can throw the pass to set up the run. All right. So here you got a little what they call zipper motion, or what I call yo-yo. So obviously they were in a bunch set, and you see Jaden Reed motioned over. Now he's going to yo-yo back, or what they call zipper back.
Emmanuel Wilson is in there.
You see it's bunch nasty X essentially is what it is. And on the boundary, you have Christian Watson up here playing that nasty X.
Motion man is Reed. Love.
Oh, what a ball.
Lord, let's take it back. Let's geek out over this for a second.
Man, Romeo Dobbs doing his best Gregory Hines impression in the back of the end zone there. Wow.
Watch the footwork too by Love here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're set. Let that thing rip.
It was almost like 4 and 5 happened at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
almost at a 4-step drop. Yeah. Exactly, man. And the placement of that ball, man. I mean, and look at the toe tap. Bang.
With the drag. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Just so there's no debate. Let me go ahead and drag it too for you.
Yeah. Exactly. I wish we may get a better replay here in a second, but the route he put on these cats too was nasty.
Yeah. The back of the end zone view of this play was pretty immaculate. I think you posted that. Didn't you post that? One of those?
I actually tweeted it out a couple days ago. Yeah. It's sick, man. I just put Romeo Dobbs year 3 loading, and I put that end zone shot there.
You talk about the trust right there, because you know Jordan, we talk about him getting to the top of his drop so quickly. That's because he sees Dobby cooking his man, and he wants to he was going to Dobbs the whole way on that read.
And if it was supposed to be a 5-step drop, Jordan recognized, hey, 5 is going to take too long. I got to get this thing out. That's a good thing. So, all right, score 7-7, 4:42 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 play for the Steelers. Looks like they're in a 12 twin A. Nope, actually, it looks like it may be 11 ace.
Ticket was 3 of 3 on the opening drive
Play
for
fake.
24 yards. Looking to throw it. He does. Handled by Darnell Washington, the rookie out of Georgia, 3rd-round pick with the grab. First time that's happened in NFL history through 8 games.
Oh,
Missed tackle. That was Kenny with the missed tackle there. So let's kind of watch that run play just a second. I don't want to geek out too much over the bad stuff, but again, people that were bashing our coaches, saying they were playing too soft, are full of crap. Look at how many people are in this box, bro.
Yep.
I mean, you got
8 in the box, man.
Well, there's nothing else you can do, gang. It's on them now.
NFL history.
And look at Devondre bouncing out. Oh, my God.
Yeah, like you got 8 in the box and you can't stop the run. There's massive issues going on.
And I want you to key in on Devondre Campbell and tell me what happens right here. Like, watch Devondre this whole time in slow motion. Again, he may be thinking outside, but look at the defenders who were outside already and watch him. That's pathetic. That is absolutely
It's like he avoided. Oh man,
it's tough, man.
yeah. You know what? And we don't want to. This is not a Devondre Campbell bash fest, and we're not picking on Dre, but I think this might have been his worst game of the season last year. I really do.
Yeah. There again, look at all the bodies in the box. 3rd and 1 play, little toss play. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, how did 2 guys wash each other out of the play at the same time?
Right. Yeah. I'm excited to see that get cleaned up this year, man.
Oh, yeah.
And McFarland are both in there. And they go empty. Pickett with the throw. Feeds it
Rudy missed tackle.
to Warren.
Yeah, and he had contact behind the line of gain, too. He could have blew that play up.
Could have stopped it and potentially forced a field goal. Could have.
Pickett's in the
All right, still 7-7. They're in a bunch nasty, actually a bunch nub right.
Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com. You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com. You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
Is the set here? It's a bunch nasty nub right out of the gun. T weak.
the middle of it.
You see, we're in a nickel 2-4-5. Late communication going on here.
Hide him in the bunch. They're trying to do a lot of things to shake
Motion.
him free.
Oh my
Again,
gosh.
you see, Dre, you can't take your eyes off of him now, can you?
No, you can't. You really can't. I
And
mean, he's the mic. He's the mic here again.
watch right here.
What things to shake him free? Running play for Warren.
Yeah, it's like he got off the block and then nothing.
Yep.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So I mean, I would love to have an answer as to why he's playing so soft against the run, but it's just bad news, man. Bad news. So Packers ball down 14-7, 13:22 left in the second quarter. Obviously had a little cheat motion here with Tay Wicks. They're starting to turn him loose as we step into week 10 here.
Sets and throws.
Oh, yeah, that's on Watson.
That's tough.
Bad drop on Watson, man.
That was a dart.
Yeah, it was. A little bit of pepper on it, but you got to make that. You got to catch that ball, right?
Again, over the middle, though, like,
Yeah.
not scared. I always see him in the middle of the field.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So obviously, offense turned the ball over. Pittsburgh has the ball now at the Green Bay 45, 2nd and 6, 12 minutes left in the second quarter.
Happened in that ball game. Yeah, said he's been using extra pounding. He's been taking extra vitamins. Hand it off. Harris.
Missed tackle.
Oh my gosh.
And he is spun down short. Play clock is down to 2, down to 1.
Another 4th and 1.
Pitch it. Warren.
Yeah, that was the textbook. I mean, every team did that to us last year.
Yep.
You load them up inside, and then you just bounce it outside, and it's
Right.
a first down almost every time.
And you see the overload side. Look at all these guys standing over here. I mean,
You're already out of the play. The play's over already before the ball's even snapped.
If I'm coming to the line as a quarterback and I'm looking at this hat count and I know it's a toss play left,
Yep.
I mean, it's 1-on-1, 1-on-1. That leaves you 1-on-1 with him if you don't have a puller.
Yep.
Clock is down to 2, down to 1. Pitch it. Warren puts it upfield. It's got a first down.
Yeah, and then another, an extra 3 to 4 yards at the end of the play off the missed tackle.
Yep. 3rd and 14. So evidently something happened here, pushed them back. Pittsburgh is at their own 36-yard line, 3rd and 14.
From underneath. Dime package here for the Packers. 3rd and 14. Pickens has time. Goes underneath for Hayward.
You see what I'm talking about with this?
Real.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this play. We roasted our defense a little bit on this one. Look at how many Packers are in the area.
And here's the problem. And I don't even know who this is, but whoever this is right here, you got to know you have numbers on the outside shoulder of the guy with the ball carrier. So you've got to stay inside here. You can't. Everybody just goes out here, and that gives him that lane to cut inside. That's what I was talking about that Javon Bullard did really, really well. Watch this guy right here go to the outside shoulder rather than in. See that pursuit? Like, that's so bad, man.
Yeah.
You can't let that happen, man. And that was McDuffie.
That's McDuffie, yeah.
Yep. So again, 3rd and 14 ends up being should have been stopped 6-7 yards in front of the first down marker. Instead, they're getting within range to potentially go for it on 4th down. Instead, they're going to kick a field goal.
That ball put some more points on the board for Pittsburgh at this stage. And Boswell drills it.
There's a kicker right there, man. Boswell.
Yeah, he got a leg, man.
First half this season.
All right, Packers ball down 17-7, 6:36 left in the first half. You're approaching that crucial middle 8, 3rd and 1 play from their own 29-yard line.
Operate from the gun.
Little speed option.
Pitch it. Jones stumbles for the first down.
I love that
We were
speed.
nasty on that one, weren't we?
Let's see. I personally like the speed option, and it really, I guess it wasn't a speed option. It was more of just a toss play. But on a speed option, yeah, we were what we were in here, Tim. This was just this is a trips right. You see the trips over here, and you got a nub left. I wouldn't call it nasty because they're outside the numbers over here. But the fact that it is so condensed, you got so many bodies over there, it does make it look a little tighter than it is. But on a speed option play, and I don't know if this is technically a speed option, the quarterback takes off, running back goes horizontally with him, and then you read the pitch defender. If he breaks on the running back, you fake the pitch, keep the ball, and run. If the defender breaks on you, you just toss it to the running back. This may just be a design toss, but it kind of felt like a speed option. Let's see.
Operate from the gun.
See how it's a little bit almost like a speed option where he's kind of reading it, but I don't think at any moment did he plan on keeping the ball. He was just going to
I
toss
think he
it.
saw 56 just get home right away and was like, screw this. I'm pitching this ball. Because you're right. It looked like he wanted to run up a little bit at first, and then he cut it short.
Absolutely.
Pitch it. Jones stumbles.
And
And we
Jones,
got-
something out of nothing again.
For the
they're
first down.
going to miss that guy.
Definitely. And I want to hit on this real quick. Coach Lynn in the chat, good to see you, buddy. He said, these are drills Barry should have been working on week in and week out. If you guys remember, that's what Coach LaFleur said too. LaFleur actually said, these are week 1 install type stuff, that the mistakes that are being made. Like this is, so I don't think at any point they just decided, hey, we don't need to practice tackling. Now, we all know about the CBA, how it gets kind of tough where you can only have so many padded practices and all that stuff. But when you watch the tape, it's just like, I don't mean to make it sound so simple, but Coach, you know this too. Those angles, that pursuit, you could pull a lot of college linebackers into the pros and go, hey, how would you play this specific catch or run after the catch? And they probably get it better than what McDuffie did on that play. I don't know, man. I think at this point it was just, I think the guys were talking behind the scenes, and one thing is 100% certain, and that's that Joe Barry lost that locker room. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, he should have been working on these drills. I imagine they were, but it could have been a case where they weren't. Obviously, something just wasn't clicking. Chris Nichols says Bullard will overtake Nixon on D pretty quick, my guess. If they don't see him more valuable as strong safety, I completely agree. Because with what you see on tape, if Bullard shows up like he did at Georgia, I think you're right there, Chris.
It could depend on how some of these other guys play too back there.
Yeah.
You know, we've got some other safety talent in the building now, and Bullard seems to be the most versatile. So I could see that happening, him being utilized in the slot. But I feel like we got to give Keyshawn a chance too in this system. You know what I mean? Let him play the slot in a Hafley system. Let's see how he looks.
Yeah, that's a very fair point for sure.
You mentioned the presence of Jones, the leadership of Jones. Evan Washburn has more.
All right. Packers ball, 5:56 left in the second quarter. 1st and 10 play approaching the middle late.
He brings to the table. Take the pressure off of everybody. Give confidence to the group.
Look at that. Let's go.
It's
Oh,
A.J.
boy.
Henry. Big game for
John Deere Green.
Forced out
That high step,
by
too, man.
Keanu Neal.
What a
Man,
great run. What a great run.
like a thoroughbred.
Definitely. 1st and 10, 5:11 left.
Motion man is Watson. Love straight back.
Oh, wow.
Devoured
Was that a
from-
27-step drop? What was that? Holy cow.
And, on paper, it'll look like Zach Tom got beat, and he did get beat. But let's watch the clock just to make sure when the ball snap. Let's see how many seconds it takes to get rid
Motion
of it.
man is
All right, so 5:10, you got
Watson.
1,
Love
2,
straight back.
3. Yeah, he got flushed right about the 3-second mark, maybe a little less. I would put it on Tom, but it did look wonky. He had to bail out of there quick. Now let's key in on Zach Tom against arguably the best pass rusher in the league up here at right tackle. Yeah, TJ beat him with that rip move, and it's over.
Love straight back.
You got to think though, when you're in this modern league, man, if you're going to drop that deep in the pocket, that ball's got to come out on the top of the drop right away.
It does.
There's really you're scanning your progressions as you're dropping back. You don't have time. Your decision needs to be made by the time you get to the end of that drop.
Yeah, definitely. Here you are in a trips. Actually, it looks like you're in a rare 10 personnel. Looks like you got Watson lined up here as almost like the tight end, right? The nub spot. You got your trips right, and you're motioning out Jonesy.
Defensive backs for the Steelers.
So look at that. We got a quad right look here with the T being closest to the tackle.
Why not? Look at that wide receiver core, man. We can do it.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Smith off of one edge, Watt off of the other. Jones.
Oh, that was actually, I apologize. That was actually Musgrave, man. Attached
wow.
to the nub. Yep, sure was.
Jones exits the backfield. Love.
We know what that is, baby.
Touchdown. J.D. Reed on the ground.
I hope we get the right angle. Oh, they didn't show the best angle. What are we doing on this highlight reel, man? We'll have to go back and watch it on a TV copy because I remember this play specifically. This was a lot of fun. There was a copy. There's a view of this, and we did it on Chalk Talk that was behind the line of scrimmage. And, man, what a beautiful throw by Jordan Love for sure. So, again, out of that quad look.
Look where Reed's lined up versus where he ends up.
Yeah.
This play.
Again, it's just that climb route. And I think they ran a corner. Let's see if there's a dig off the backside as well. There is. So essentially what you did here, this is a really, really unique play design. If I'm looking at this correctly, and again, Chalk Talk, I know we broke it down. What you've got here is you're going to have Reed. First of all, our boy Jones, he's going to attack the flat. Reed is going to run the climb. And to complete the slot cross, you're going to have, I think it's Dobbs, run the dig, which the number 2 is actually going to run a corner route. I mean, you give Jordan Love all kinds of options here, and I'm pretty sure Musgrave kind of chipped and then maybe released.
Right, so 3rd and 16, this is a play designed to get us a first down. The fact that it became a tutter is just a thing of beauty.
Yeah, you see the corner up top. I think that was Watson possibly running the corner. You got a couple of options underneath. This is Matt LaFleur just being in his bag. You got a slot cross element with a corner from the number 2. And Jordan's just going to look at the protection. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
That ball was – look at the tracking by Reed, man. Slowing down for it. Bang. Touchdown. Great play, man.
It's so beautiful when it works out.
Yeah, Matt's scheming in the passing game is just phenomenal, man.
Pretty well executed drive there from Green Bay to answer that.
Imagine that.
Ball is free.
I think I remember this one too, Tim. You know, with the extra point.
I can still smell it.
It was DeGuara, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, my
remember
gosh.
correctly, you got DeGuara, and he just doesn't block anyone. Watch this.
Executed drive there for Green Bay.
He didn't even get out of his stance. Run that back, Clayton.
Oh my
That was
God.
not slow motion. Run that in real time. Watch how long it takes 81 to get his helmet up. Look at.
It's over. It's over. You already lost a rep, Hoss.
Oh my gosh.
Once again, a guy that's not here. So
Yeah. Another beer for Goody.
Ball is free. Covered up.
And Whelan had no time to pull it back or anything. I mean,
Peterson.
that was a total breakdown.
No catches.
yeah, no doubt. So Steelers ball, 17-13. Pittsburgh leads. Obviously, we just put 6 points on the board during the middle eight. Let's see if we can keep them from scoring before halftime.
Pickett packs the ball and throws on a line. Hauled in by Johnson.
Big chunk there.
Attack more often than not. Pickett straight back, loads it up.
Mm.
The hands
Valentine getting abused right
Another
now.
First down. Jalen Warren in there for Pittsburgh. This is a 3rd and 2 from the gun. Lets it fly to the sideline.
Oh.
It looked like Johnson had it for a moment, but Valentine was there in a battle.
Almost picked.
Yeah, they were going right after Valentine. He held strong too there. You know, got him 2 out of the 3 times, but made the play when he needed to. Obviously, kept the Steelers out of the end zone. So the Packers are getting the ball in the second half. Let's see if they can start strong here in the second half.
And a bit of a transition phase right now for Green Bay as they're figuring out
Showing a special teams play on a highlight reel, Tim. As Dion used to say, it's either a big play or a boo-boo. Let's see what it is.
exactly who they are on that side of the ball. Shorter kick from Boswell to Nixon. Nixon
Keyshawn.
still going.
Keyshawn.
Let's go.
There goes that man.
Now, are you going to maximize that, man? That's how you want to start that second half down by 4. 3rd and 6 play, 13:27 left at the Steelers' 40-yard line.
Was it wait for 5
Little bunch nasty here, looks like. You see?
years, a 3-year starter, a 4th round
Got Musgrave on the left, so it's a bunch nasty nub left.
pick last year. This is a 3rd and 6 for Green Bay. Love dials it up.
Woo! That was ugly.
Incomplete. Romeo Dobbs, the intended target. Carlson's
All right, going for it on 4th and 6, still at the 40.
this year is 52. They get the playoff. Love will throw.
What a throw, dude. You see that, Tim.
Big boy football right there.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. Let's roll up 40. I want to see. He hit Jonesy, too. Check it out. So we got the T flexed out there. Obviously, you're in an empty look here. Let's go 50% on this one. So you're in an empty look. You got the T flexed out to the slot. All right. You still got your tight end, your Y's attached. So you're going basically trips right with the T being in the middle. And you got Dontavian Wicks over here as your boundary X, even though he is in kind of a nasty split. And again, you're going to see our boy Jonesy kind of bend it in and run a little out route here. And watch the placement of this ball, man. This is a pretty ball by Love. You see 1, 2, 3, let it rip. Look at when he starts throwing this ball, Tim. Look at Jones.
As soon as Jones plants that left foot on the cut, look at Jordan. Jordan's loaded, ready.
Let it
Man.
rip.
Good route by Jones, too.
Absolutely. So big conversion there on 4th down for the offense for sure. All right. So 3rd and 3 play later that drive, now at the Steelers' roughly 27-yard line.
Love.
Screen.
Off the-
Was that? It wasn't no screen. What was that?
Bunch nasty, though, again, looked like to the left.
Yeah. So what are they? I'm trying to think of what they're doing here.
Is that
Like-
Jones on the top? No, Jones is sidecar. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, no, he's sidecar, yeah. Now you do got the tight end on the line of scrimmage here in the bunch set, yeah. And I think that's Dobby out there. But
Yep.
watch, it almost sets up like did the pass rush just get in, or were they trying to set up some kind of screen here? This is weird. Oh, they just got beat. So Zach Tom had a rough day at the office with TJ Watt. There's no two ways about it, man.
Love. A floater. Caught by Jones.
Wow.
Trip from behind. Jones
Great play.
would have had more. Landon Roberts.
Should have had a touchdown there if he hadn't got tripped up. 3rd and 9 now from the Steelers' 14-yard line. 9:22 left in the third quarter.
For Green Bay, Steelers have created so many turnovers this season. They are at a
Well, zipper motion. Watson
turnover.
going back to the trips look with the Y flexed out into the middle of the receivers.
Differential. This is a
Actually, an empty set there too. Look at that little vert here, and then just a little underneath route by Jonesy.
3rd and 9 for
Give him that
Take
football.
your pick, Jordan.
Love. Sets and fire.
Darn. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough because it's 3rd and 9. Even if you don't see this as a field goal situation here, most teams would probably just go for it. Even though I would be okay with kicking the field goal, you got to take what the defense gives you here.
Turnover differential.
If he hits Jones on this, it's 1st and goal, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
He throws that little under.
Yeah, and that is I'm pretty sure that was a dagger concept. Yeah, that's a dagger. Dagger, you got the number 2 running a deep 9 or fly, and then you just got a little dig or a shallow cross underneath what we refer to as a dagger concept. So that's tough, man, seeing Jonesy that open. We'll roll it one more time.
Oh, wide open. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you just gotta get him the ball and let your guy make a play. When the game's on the line, think play or not play.
Yeah, because Jones is going to beat that defender.
Oh, look at all this space. Everybody's got their backs turned too.
Yeah, man.
That's a foot race there.
That could have even scored.
Yeah. Again, these are the
receivers taking the coverage to the end zone. So those 3 in the end zone are out of the play there.
Yeah. Ron Sample makes a great point here too. He says, hard to believe they left Tom on his own on Watts. That shows you what they think of Zach Tom, right? That, hey,
Yep.
we're just going to give you one-on-one against arguably the best pass rusher in the game.
And Jordan stayed on his feet most of the day, right? He was sacked, twice in this game?
I think so, yeah. It wasn't like he was under pressure like crazy all day long.
Right.
Watt got in his face a couple times. But
I say if you're Zach Tom and you're betting 60% against TJ Watt, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
There's end zone offline. He was looking for Musgrave.
All right, so you had to settle for 3 here, Anders Carlson.
And the kick is
Money.
good. Packers cut it to 1 with 9:08 to play. Third quarter.
As Keith Jackson would say, we got a dandy brewing. So, Steelers ball, 3rd and 18. Packers defense got them pushed back, 7:56 left in the third quarter from their own 15-yard line.
Job is to make it tough on.
Have you ever experienced turbulence on a flight and wondered why?
And you can see all the terrain around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
No, everything's PG.
Maybe you've sat on the tarmac for hours wondering why your plane isn't moving.
Well, we're outside here. They're saying the ramp is closed. They won't let us park because of Air Force One.
Listen in on the conversations between pilots and air traffic controllers on the Air Traffic Out of Control podcast.
510 declaring an emergency. There's smoke in the cabin. I need to make a landing right now on 31 left.
We have the most interesting, wild, and funny ATC recordings you will ever hear. Check out Air Traffic Out of Control wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Dime package. Pickett. Uncorks. Catch made.
Great
Hayward.
defense.
And the Packers are ready. 4 Packers there.
Who we want to see, guys, rallying to the ball.
Absolutely. Here we are in a 12A strong left set here. We're going twins right with a little cheat motion. So you got Dobbs and Watson on the field.
2nd down and 6.
Little switch release.
Motion man.
Play
Watson
fake.
Picked the handoff. Love in the pocket. Drives
Let's
it
go.
downfield. Caught by Dobbs. And just
Rome, you roam.
There you
Smart
go.
football, man.
Yeah, on this play here, too, they had A.J. Dillon flexed out where they've been showing a lot of empty look. Then you bring him back to a sidecar left.
Dillon shifting to the backfield. They get the play off. Love.
Let's
Oh,
go.
wow.
On the scene for Musgrave.
Beautiful play design. I mean, Dillon didn't even have to block anyone on that. I mean, they put
Right.
him back here. He just kind of rolled out and watched a pretty throw from his quarterback.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see if we can pick up what they did here. So obviously just going to kind of attack with the skinny here with Musgrave. Let's see what everybody else does on this concept here. Little bunch. So you're going to throw a little out route. This actually might be a whip. Let's see if it is. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Little whip
Looks
route.
like Reed and Wicks drawing a lot of attention there early
Yep.
in the play.
So you had the whip here, and then you attack down the seam. That's a really cool design right there. And again, kind of a bad ball, kind of thrown behind Musgrave, but you also don't want to lead him into that other DB. So great play, man. Great play. All right. Let's see what we got next here. 3rd and 5 play. Packers from the Pittsburgh 10-yard line got a chance to go up big here.
3rd and 5. Love.
Whew, boy, that's a hospital ball right there.
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
Wasn't this the kidney play?
No, I think the kidney play happened against the Chargers on the sideline, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Could be right. I love how everyone says the kidney play, and we know exactly what we're talking about.
I mean, good Lord, the definition of a hospital ball. Definitely.
Yeah, this is it right here. Like, you've got to see this as a quarterback. You've got to see all this and know there's your play right there. You know, you got to hit Tay Wicks up top there.
Love.
Bang.
One thing we learned last year, Tim, Musgrave is tough, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is tougher than a $2 steak, man. He's gonna play, he's gonna take hits, and he's gonna continue to get up, man. Yeah, it looked like Smitty confirmed the kidney play was against the Chargers. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember, though.
28 yards away to give Green Bay the lead. Borzik snaps it. The hold from Whelan.
Let's go.
A field goal.
There you go. Left hash. All right.
Yeah. So Packers lead now 19-17. Steelers ball.
The NFL's impact with its salute to service partners. Congratulations, Colonel.
Back shoulder on Carrington Valentine. That's rough.
Sideline toss to Pickens. Trying to convert. Ingrid.
All right. So they're showing a nickel 2-4-5. Everybody mugging the line of scrimmage. Look like some press. Look at all this press out here, man.
Play more press.
Look at Devondre. I'm thinking pick 6.
Yep.
Oh.
He got Warren in a matchup with Campbell, the linebacker. This is a
all right. So Steelers attempting a field goal here, 4th and 3.
49-yard attempt for Chris Boswell. Leans into it, and he connects.
Automatic.
Yep. Steelers back up 20-19. Start of the 4th quarter. 3rd and 11 play already behind the sticks here. Here comes Jordan Love. He's got a let's take a look at it real quick. You got the Y flexed out here, so you've got a bunch set. It is technically nasty, so you got a bunch nasty, although the X is a little wide of the numbers, and you're going strong left, part of the bunch, T same.
3rd and
ooh, quick little smoke route. This is where we got cute.
We got numbers.
Trick play. The toss.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. What was wrong with that play just being what it was?
Right. No, yeah, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it.
Let's just throw the smoke route and let him go to work with 2 blockers in front of him. I don't understand.
Let's pretend it's a smoke route here. I'm glad you said that, Tim. So here, obviously, you've got your bunch set, okay? And for those of you on the pod, we're bunch left. So they're going to set up a smoke route, a smoke screen, if you will, to Tay Wicks. Just going to take a quick jab step back. You got a couple lead blockers out here, right? Now look at the hat count, right? Look at the hat count out here. You got 1, 2, 3 on 1, 2, 3, which means Tay Wicks get upfield and make a guy miss. They're going to block the first 2 guys they get to. So you have a safety backpedaling or a corner backpedaling, and that's the guy that you've got to make miss. You really like your chances here. Yeah. And again, like you said, Tim, right here, look, the safety completely bailed. You've got the numbers.
Run that ball up the sideline.
And listen, we're not saying this is Tay Wicks' fault. The play call isn't for Tay Wicks to run with the ball.
Yep.
It's just in that situation, man, that's tough. You made this way more difficult than it needed to be.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you already had the deception. The defense is already going the opposite way,
And some people, say, well, if he caught the ball, it'd probably be a first down. That could be the case. All I'm simply saying is there's more things that can go wrong than right on this play. Jordan, here's what's got to go right. Jordan's got to throw a good ball, right? He's got to throw an accurate ball. Tay Wicks has got to catch it. Tay Wicks has got to throw an accurate ball. Aaron Jones has got to catch it. And then Jones has got to turn upfield and depend on a couple blocks to get the first down. There's just more that can go wrong than right.
He's got to throw. Let's add in. He has to throw a ball backwards with his left hand.
Yes.
Watch this. Oh my gosh.
It's just tough.
There's not enough pepper on it. I mean, not horrible throw, but
That's a long throw.
Yeah, man. And for a receiver, to ask your receiver to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
We must have thought he had Randall Cobb or something. That was a Cobby play. Cobby will make that pass.
That's one thing I forgot about, though. We've seen Tay Wicks now. That's two throwbacks that he's had this year. So probably going to see that more next year.
Oh, boy.
Get there.
All right, so obviously Packers offense stutters there a bit. Pittsburgh has the ball now. They're up 20-19, 13 minutes left.
Down the sideline, being right there next to him and the rest of the offensive players. 2nd and 7. Harris remains in there. Give it to him again. This time there's a hole. Harris takes that hole and turns it into a big gain.
Ugh.
Obviously, the run defense is the big negative here. I'm going to write that in my notes right now.
Kind of a running theme of the 2023 season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Give me just 1 second here. I'm just going to put run defense bad in the notes.
This is a 30.
All right, so you see we're firing a blitz here. 3rd and 10.
Pickett gets rid of it in the air.
All right.
One-handed attempt by Pickens and glances off. They're
Defense stood tall. Packers get the ball back.
really aggressive. The energy and intent
3rd and 7, 9:39 left in the game from your own 22-yard line.
today of Watt and Highsmith evident. Love.
Look at Love making a guy miss.
Slow down. Keeps it alive. Incomplete. Trying to sidearm one to Tucker Kraft
All right, Steelers ball again, 1st and 10.
on a previous punt. Pitch it to Jalen Warren.
Oh,
God,
my
that was
gosh.
so bad, bro. It was so bad. Let's try to watch Keyshawn. I just seen it in passing here. Keying on Keyshawn on this play. I think it was him.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. I mean, you got to keep your eyes on. I don't know what the spin move was there, Hoss, but that is ugly. McDuffie running backwards. Hits his own guy. It's tough. Run defense definitely going in the notes. No doubt about
Colby
it.
Wooden got pancaked on that one, too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yep.
That didn't help.
No, that's not in the game plan for sure. So here we are again, 1st and 10 play. Joe Barry goes back to absolutely loading the box against the run.
59 yards on the ground for the Steelers. I give.
Great penetration by Kenny Clark. Missed the tackle.
Warren somehow emerging.
You got 8 in the box, and they run right down your throat right here, man. And again, Kenny Clark.
For the Steelers.
Look at that penetration by Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the backfield quickly.
You guys remember what we started with, Matt LaFleur saying we played a lot of one gap. That's what he means. That you notice the defensive linemen aren't playing patty cake and sliding side to side and covering 2 gaps. Kenny's shooting the gap, right? The problem is these 2 cats get absolutely blown off the ball. Missed tackle by Kenny. They're slapping at the ball. I mean, they just got washed out. And again, look at Devondre here. I mean, that's just – let's see what –
Trying to get that game check, dog. Just trying to get that game check.
Look at it. He got up off the ground, too. I don't even know how he got on the ground that quick. All right.
Emerges. There were bodies bunched up, and Warren squeezes through for 20.
You know, the other thing you notice, I mean, you talk about like kind of intangibles, but you notice after these type of plays, these chunk run plays, there's nobody on this defense is picking each other up. You know, you're not seeing anybody, you know, leading out there really.
Right. No, it's a great point, man. Great point. We got a bunch of people watching on Rumble. If you guys would, please just take a quick second, hit that like button for us. We would greatly appreciate it. It'll help boost the algorithm and help other Packer fans find this channel and find our content. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us here on this Sunday evening, taking our medicine together here in the Steelers game. But let's see the hat count here in the box. This is borderline in the box. Obviously, he's going to be playing on this receiver. He'd be a Ballantyne. But look how many guys we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, you got the box pretty well loaded here. All right, 4-man rush. Something happened here, Tim, because there's not supposed to be double team here leaving this guy butt naked in the trailer park. All right, so it's communication here.
Pickett zips it.
A little pick play on Devondre Campbell.
Underneath, caught by Harris. Hurdles.
What's that?
Rudy Ford trying to get the body slam in there at the end.
Whatever it takes, man. Look at how they're loaded into the gaps right here, man. Look at how close this line is right here. I mean, you got these guys, they're all taking a half a gap. I don't know how their big bodies are even fitting in there, but you've got 4 clustered up right there together. And then you've got, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, really.
Let me guess, this is going to go to the outside.
Oh, we'll play fake.
Harris trips down. Pick it on the move.
Great job by Dre right there.
Basically tosses it right at the end of the play because Campbell was all over him.
That was a great play by Devondre Campbell. Obviously, the defense gets stopped. Going to give the Packers offense a chance to win this game late. Steelers are up 20-19. Here's the field goal attempt.
Doesn't have to cover on this one. Harvin holds it. And Boswell.
He's like a robot, man.
Yeah, Boswell's a man. Dude. He's a hell of a kicker. All right, so everything that's gone wrong today. Packers have the ball, their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:14 left in the game, and you're down by 4 points. Go win this ball game.
Lock it when it's there and see if things open up.
Love.
What a play, man. What a throw. What a catch, Musgrave.
Field connection made. It's Musgrave. He lost the ball at the end of the play. It's going to be ruled down.
That is huge. That's a huge play, man. I forgot all about that play. Let's take a look at it real quick and see what we got here, Tim.
This is Jordan Love getting the ball out is everything because Zach Tom holds up about as long as a human being can against TJ Watt on this play.
Yeah, no doubt. So looks like Musgrave's just going to hit him with a little corner route over here, okay? We'll kind of pay attention underneath, see what the concept was if we can pick it up. We know he's running a corner. So the number 2, I don't know what Watson was doing there. He just kind of sat. Obviously on the outside out here, though, you got Jonesy, who's running a little out route like we seen earlier. I'm thinking that Watson was just supposed to sit, and then they're going to run a corner over the top here. So kind of a levels play, if you will. You're just trying to go high, low, high, low. I love how Jordan looks left first, probably freezes the safety that's back here, look left, and then go to the corner. Again, a great route. Yeah, look left. Now he's coming to the corner. That's a pretty ball.
He could have
maybe
that ball
a little underthrown, but yeah, Musgrave. Look at that catch too, man. Musgrave's gonna have a big year if he stays healthy, man. I believe it. So again, it wasn't actually a fumble. Huge play by the offense.
It's gonna be ruled down.
All right, here we are, 3rd and 10 at roughly the 47-yard line of Pittsburgh. This is you're in go for it on 4th down territory here. 4:22 left in the game.
3rd and 10 for the Packers. Love steps delivers.
Let's go. Who was it? Tay Wicks in space, right?
Yes, sir. Is that zone again?
I love that guy. It sure looks like zone to me. Yeah, they're playing spot drop right here, Tim.
Yeah.
So
look at Tay Wicks just.
Yeah.
He just you're right. He has a knack for finding it's almost like he runs the coverage. The guys pass him off so many times they forget about him and he just sits down.
Yeah.
And he's open.
Right here, it looks like he's running a deep dig. Let's see what I think that's Watson next to him. Let's see what he runs. Is that what? No, that ain't Watson. I don't know who that is. That's Reed. So what's Reed running? Nope, that was okay. That was Wicks. My bad. So what you got here essentially is probably slot cross. So you got Wicks running the dig, and I bet Reed ran kind of a skinny climb here. Let's see if that's the case. Yep, that's what it was. So another slot cross. That's what you call slot cross on the passing concept. More of a skinny post than a real crosser. So it'd probably be what that would be is dagger. So they ran a post out of the dagger concept.
You see that first move he makes too in the route is he kind of baits him with that left shoulder to the outside just enough to drag that defender to that area before he breaks it back in.
Yeah. So essentially what you got is a non-route, get skinny, Tay Wicks, going to come underneath. That's what you call dagger, that concept. And then they're kind of attacking the flat with this little shoot route from the tee. So again, that's a pretty ball. And look at the patience by Jordan, standing tall, great protection. Let that thing rip. Beautiful throw, man.
Yeah, all 3 of those, that linebacker and those 2 corners all thought the deep safety had Wicks on that play.
Yep, they just kind of let him go, let him drop, right? Yep. All right, let's just keep it in slow motion here. We'll talk you through. 3:32 left in the game, 2nd and 9 play from the Pittsburgh 14-yard line. So we're in a gun set, little 12 look. You can see Everything's nasty. You got your nasty splits inside the numbers. You've got looks like a balanced look to me. So you've got the Y on the left, you've got the U on the right, and then, of course, you've got the T on the right. Ball snapped out of the gun. A little extra chip on that side. He's going to release. 2nd and 9 play. You cannot throw that ball right there, man. You just can't. So that was the 2nd interception, right? Or has he thrown – he hasn't thrown one at this point, has he?
No, I don't think so.
So we got another one coming. Brace yourself. So, again, with this throw, this was the one everybody was – not everybody, I shouldn't say that. All the Christian Watson haters were dogging Watson for not going up and getting this ball. This is a perfect ball. You're full of crap. You think this is perfect. Watch where this ball's placed.
Love.
First of all, you shouldn't throw it.
Lets it fly.
Look at that. Like, Watson had to torque his body back. If you're going to miss, you miss out here. You don't miss down here. Bad things happen.
Yep.
A great defense.
I'm sure Jordan would say that too. He would say he'd like that one back.
Absolutely, man. And these are the inaccuracies we've seen in the first half. And you get the second half of the season, and he was throwing dots, bro. So this return right here hurts too.
And the Steelers come up huge once again defensively. 3rd and.
All right, so defense trying to stand tall, get the ball back. Pittsburgh still up by 4. They're at their own 27-yard line, I believe it is, 28-yard line.
2:32 left. Pickett looking to convert. Pickett uses his legs for the first down. They've been out.
1:52 left. Got him pushed back to a 3rd and 19 play. Green Bay's used all their timeouts.
Gained in all 8 of their games and have a winning record. They've been outgained today. They do want it to Warren. And finally, the Packers bring him down after the pickup of 11.
All right, so the Packers get the ball back. One more shot. Obviously, your back's against the wall now. You're going to have to go down the field with no timeouts. You got a long way to go, man. Long way to go.
59 seconds to work with.
Empty set.
Trailing by 4. Love. Keeps it downfield.
Look at that. Jaden Reed, bro. Jaden Reed is awesome, man. 17 seconds left. 4th and 3 play from the Pittsburgh 27-yard line.
Love, deep drop. Love, floater. Catch made. Dylan.
God, you got a shot to win this, Tim.
Look out.
So here we are, final play of the game, 3 seconds left, 2nd and 10 from roughly the 16-yard line. Empty set. You got Jonesy up here playing kind of that slot left look. We got Musgrave flexed out in the Y. Let's see, Dobbs. Dobbs, I think, is up here kind of playing that boundary X, if you will. You got Watson outside here, and I believe that's Reed right there, if I'm looking at these correctly. That may be Dontavian Wicks, but I'm pretty sure it's Dobby.
Better block 90 and 56.
One last chance for the Packers. Love throws, intercepted. It's over. Jeezy.
I remember that.
How our season ended on a late over the middle ball to Christian Watson, just like this.
Yeah.
It's done.
Let the fight ensue.
9 straight victories in 1-score games for the Pittsburgh Steelers to improve to 6-3. The Packers fall to 3-6 on the season.
And if we told you at this point last year that this team was going to storm into the playoffs,
yeah,
nobody would have believed it.
Not at all, man. Not at all. And again, we're almost to the point where things are going to turn over for the Packers. We go to the box score real quick. We're at the hour mark. We did pretty good, Tim. We got a herd of people in here, too. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us here on this Sunday evening. If you guys are watching on X, on Twitter, feel free to click on my profile. You'll see a Rumble link in there that'll send you to our Rumble page. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate it greatly. And if you get a chance, hit that like button for us, too. So with the box score on the offensive side of the ball, Jordan Love was 21 of 40 for 289 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, a rating of 71.8. Those 2 interceptions, that last interception, Tim, I don't really count that an interception. Game's on the line, like, you know what I mean? Last play of the game, you got to try to make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, they're parked on the goal line. You know, everybody knows where the ball's going. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Absolutely. On the ground, A.J. Dillon, 9 carries for 70 yards for 7.8 yards. A carry had that long of 40 yards. Aaron Jones, 13 carries for 35 yards, only 2.7 yards per carry. Jordan Love had a couple carries for 11 yards. As far as receiving, Jaden Reed showed up big time. 5 targets, 5 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Luke Musgrave, 4 targets, 2 catches, 64 yards. Dontavian Wicks, 4 targets, 3 catches, 51 yards. Romeo Dobbs, 5 targets, 3 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Christian Watson was targeted 7 times, only caught 2 balls for 23 yards, which you kind of seen that was the story in the early part of the year, them trying to force the ball to Christian Watson. Just spread that thing around, man. Let Matt LaFleur cook. Just keep scheming guys open should be the mantra there for sure. Moving on to the fumbles, wanted to mention this. Jaden Reed and Dontavian Wicks both fumbled, although none got lost there, okay? Just want to kind of point out some of the ball security issues there. As far as interceptions, the Green Bay Packers, let me go back to fumbles. Yeah, so Pittsburgh did not have a single turnover. That was the difference in the game. They won the turnover battle 2-0, and you still won or still lost by the Packers still only lost by less than 7 points. That's pretty impressive. It was a 4-point score there. So, interceptions, like I said, Keanu Neal with an interception, and then DeMonte Kazi had the other one. When we go on to the defensive side of the ball here, staying on the defensive side of the ball, I should say, Rudy Ford had 10 tackles. Isaiah McDuffie had 10 tackles, including a quarterback hit. Let's see, Jonathan Owens had 8 tackles with a pass deflection. TJ Slayton with 8 tackles, pretty good game there for him. Corey Ballantyne, 6 tackles, 2 passes defense. Preston Smith had a sack, a tackle for a loss, a quarterback hit, and 4 tackles. See if anybody else got a sack. I think that was the lone sack of the day. As far as quarterback hits, though, Devondre Campbell and Rashawn Gary both had QB hits as well. We talked about TJ Watt going up against Zach Tom. Zach Tom only gave up 1 sack to him, man. So not too bad considering he was on the island all day. Special teams, look, Keyshawn Nixon, 5 returns for 139 yards, averaged 27.8 yards per return. He had that long of 49. Punt returns, Keyshawn Nixon, 1 for 12 yards. Reed, 1, it says, for 0 yards. Kicking, Anders Carlson, once again, 2 for 2 on field goals, had the extra point block. He was 1 for 2 on extra points. And Daniel Whelan, the punter, 4 punts, 179 yards, averaged 44.8 a pop, and had 1 inside the 20 with a long of 53. So all in all, Tim, I think there were some good things to take away from the game. It was a tough loss for sure. But, on the surface, the big thing that stood out to me was the 2 interceptions by Love, and the run defense was absolute cheeks for the Packers defense. So anything else you want to add, man? Any parting thoughts there?
Looking forward to a better run defense in 2024 for sure.
Right.
I think that's going to be huge because, we've talked a lot about our secondary, and the secondary, I think, is shored up, at least on paper at this point. It's still really early to say. But, if our boys up front and in the middle can get it done against the run, we're going to be tough on defense for sure. So I'm excited going into 2024.
Yeah, that's exactly what Chris Nichols says in the chat, man. I'm so excited to see our new run defense. Amen, man. Amen. You're going to be able to turn those front 4 loose, and having an extra stack backer back there and just being able to, what you're going to see, I think, being more aggressive up front with more one gap approach and being able to shoot those gaps a little more freely, playing the run to the quarterback, if you will. I think what you're going to see is having that extra stack backer behind them while they shoot those gaps. You're going to see a lot more tackles for loss. Hopefully we don't see more explosive plays on the ground. Now, I will say this, if it is going to be molded from the Robert Saleh type defense, which is also the San Francisco 49ers top defense and the Houston Texans top defense, those 3 defenses control explosives pretty good. So that gives me a lot of hope that playing one gap, playing more aggressive up front, doesn't necessarily mean more explosive plays. That's what I'm holding out hope for. And again, they will play quite a bit more man coverage, but still be playing more zone than man, just like every other defense in the league does. So, anything else, Tim?
No, I should do it, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you joining me this evening, man. This was a lot of fun. Again, it's just important to go back and watch it, understand what happened and why it happened. That's why we're doing this. So,
as tough as it was, it's cool to see how far the team, has come, really, because as we get through these weeks here, we're gonna start to have a little more fun, right?
Yep. And you're starting to see the emergence of Tay Wicks. Jaden Reed just continues to turn it on. You're going to see Jordan Love getting more and more comfortable. Luke Musgrave was on a tear until that Chargers game for sure, man. That sucks that he got hurt there. But, again, you'll also see when Musgrave goes down, we'll see Tucker Kraft kind of step up and be a little bit of a playmaker too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But with that being said, again, no outros, no intros. We're going to try to practice doing that. If we get ready to hop back on the YouTubes here in a couple of days, we'll see what happens. But you can always find us on Rumble. Again, if we could recommend either to watch, stick with Rumble, because they're not going to just randomly take the stream down for no reason because artificial intelligence triggers some kind of an error or what have you. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Help me out here, Tim.
For those of you listening on the pod,
thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. We'll catch you guys later. There'll be a brief awkwardness here as we try to end the stream. That's usually what the video is for. Y'all take care. Appreciate you.